Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to create a new project in Oracle's Primavera Cloud scheduling program. And I'm going to show you a couple settings that I like to use in order to make this thing a little more user-friendly and useful to me throughout the course of the project. So if you're in the home screen, you have this Add a Project button here, but if you're already in a project schedule, you have this drop-down that as of today's version of Oracle is always right here. And then in the bottom, you have this Add Project button. The items on this project details page that I need to fill out are name of a project, unique ID, the workspace, project start date, and the calendar. And for this project that I need to write a schedule for is called Park Algodon Building A. The unique ID, I'm just going to make PABLDA. Description, I don't really need anything for. The workspace, my company divides this up by state first, and then whether or not the project is a TI, a ground up, or residential. And this project is going to be a ground up. The start date is going to be January 1st, just for now as a placeholder until we actually get a contract and the green light to start this thing. And the calendar that I'm going to use is 5x8 with holidays, which I think means 5-day work weeks, 8-hour days, with holidays taken out, or with holidays included in the schedule. You'll probably, and I probably should too, take a look at these templates and just make sure that they're set up correctly. It's not something I've done yet. That's just what I've seen all of our other projects using. But probably worth your time to go back and make sure that those calendars are built out correctly so that your schedule feature is calculating everything correctly. Then I click through here to user and group access. Really, I just give direct access to my boss, who is Matt Doust, and then my project engineer, who is Jeremy Eslin. And the permissions I'm going to give them are administrative permissions. Matt, my boss, is probably not going to come in here and mess with anything. But my PE more than likely will, just so he develops his skills a little more and starts thinking about how to manage a schedule and manipulate a schedule for a project. Very useful to have your PE start looking at this stuff. This I skip through. Typically for us, when I'm first creating a schedule, we're in the estimating phase and I have no idea who my specific players are going to be, so I usually just leave this blank until I'm all the way through my buyout. And then I click through to add project. And you'll notice with Primavera Cloud, you'll spend a good deal of time waiting for this thing to think, unfortunately. It's a good program, but that because it's cloud-based, you're kind of at the mercy of your internet speed, which here at my house is not the best. So now that I got this project created, I'm going to go to Schedule, and then I'm going to click on... I'm going to hit this menu drop down and I'm going to go to Summary and Settings, not Schedule. I'm just going to double check here that the calendar is the one I want. The date is going to be the project plan start date, which works for me. I usually leave the project plan finish date blank until I built out this project. And I probably am never going to put anything there because that project plan finish date is typically changing as you're updating the schedule throughout the project. I will fill out a couple things like location and stuff later on. I just don't have the plans pulled up right now to say exactly what this is. I'm going to click on the settings down here and just double check that duration type is fixed duration, units and time. The percent complete type is duration. The activity type is activity dependent. And then I'm going to check this box here, which is increment activity ID based on selected activity. What I like to do is break up each of my WBS sections with specific activity IDs. So for like dry utilities, I'll make it dry-1, dry-2, dry-3. And so throughout the project, as I'm adding new tasks in there, it'll continue that activity ID nomenclature instead of just doing like A1000 or A10,000 or whatever the default setting is in here. So I'll click this and just take a peek over at a couple of these items here. It's going to take me a minute to refresh myself on them. I think auto numbering is what I want to look at. And I'll do typically auto numbering starting at 1, and I'll increment by 1 each time. And then I'll hit save. Then I'll actually go into the activity settings. And if you add your first task here, we can just call it whatever. The date setup here won't be like this by default. If you go into preferences and date format, I think the default is like this: year, month, day, month name, or something like that. And if we go back into the schedule, it shows a little ugly like this. And in this format, it's just like, it takes an extra second for my brain to process what that date actually is, just because I'm dumb like that. So typically I'll change this to, I'll uncheck this, I'll do leading zeros, and I'll do month, day, year, which is a little bit faster for my brain to process. Okay. We go back into the schedule. The dates are showing how I want them to. And the last thing I change is in the schedule settings, and I'll turn this feature on. When scheduling progress activities, use actual dates. In a different video, I'll probably show you what the difference is between the retained logic and the actual dates. But essentially, if you start assigning actual dates for when activities started and completed, if you don't have this turned on, the remainder of your schedule won't update based on the actuals unless you check this box. Pretty useful to me, or I find it very useful if you're actually using actual starts and finishes. That's it for this one. Next video will probably be setting up your WBSs, creating tasks, renumbering task IDs, and adding resources, all that good stuff. But this one, I'm just going to cut it right here. Thanks for watching.